we could say that they are ready to buy products from diversification, but I think this willingness to pay or this possibility is quite limited. So just for explaining a little bit what we made in a Diver Impact project linked to consumers, I just want to say a few things for clarifying. So first, I would say we work on legumes or pulses, which are very important for crop diversification because this is a natural source of nitrogen. By legumes or pulses, I gather peas, green peas, chickpeas, lentils, or beans, all those products. What we could say about those products is that in Europe or in Western countries, the average consumption is relatively low per consumers, relatively low compared to some other countries, and also compared to a century ago, where people were eating much more pulses or legumes and less meat compared to today. So this is something we should keep in mind. Which is important is what we made in this task. We just asked consumers their willingness to pay or their purchasing intent, and we revealed information about crop rotation or intercropping. We revealed some information. So which is very important is that those information are very difficult to convey, to explain, so we have to keep this in mind. We have to reveal the simplified message. And the result is that there is an increase in willingness to pay or an increase in purchasing intent, but this increase is relatively limited. So it means that the willingness to pay could change by 10%, or they could change their consumption by 10% or a little bit less. So this is a change, but it's not a major change. This information is not direct or is not straightforward for consumers. There are plenty of consumers, they ignore the effect of crop diversification, while rotation are very important. Even intercropping is very difficult to explain, that you can mix different crop on one field. So I think it's quite important to explain for having an idea about their willingness to pay or their purchasing intent. For measuring willingness to pay, there are plenty of methods. In the project, we use two methods. First, we ask people in a laboratory. We ask their willingness to pay. That's the first things to do. And we also use a mechanism for purchasing the product at the end, depending on their willingness to pay. And the second methodology, we organize a web survey across 4 countries in Europe, France, Germany, Poland, and UK. And for this, with this methodology, we just ask them, would you purchase this product, by revealing a picture of the product. It was lentils. And we asked them, would you purchase this product? And we revealed information about crop rotation or health information about nutrition. And we asked them again their purchasing intent. Would you purchase this product again? Basically, the purchasing intent before the information is relatively low. It's between 30% and 45% of people saying yes. I think the lowest purchasing intents are in Germany, around 30%, and the highest one are in Poland, around 45%, let's say. And after we just reveal information about the crop rotation, the benefits for the environment, the nitrogen source, and we have a change from around 10%, a little bit less in UK, a little bit more in Poland. But basically, you have an increase of the demand, of the purchasing intent that captures the demand, the potential demand. But this is not a major change. So I would say that the effect is relatively similar across countries in Europe. I think consumers are interested. We have other questions. They are interested by the crop rotation and how they could improve the environment via their consumption. But the thing is that, and it's not only the study, is that in many consumption studies, changing your consumption is very hard. So you have habits, you have routines, you have imperfect recalls or those kind of things. So it's I think what we are showing is we are showing an interest. Many people are saying they are interested. We are showing a change in consumption or willingness to pay, but it's not a major change, which is I think it's credible, let's say. But we have to, the change is significant, but it's not a major one. So I would say that if you want to increase the diversification for farmers or increasing some products entering the intercropping or crop diversification, you have to understand that consumers are important. They could change their consumption, but it will not be a major change. So the consumers could help boost the demand for those products, but it will not be a major change, at least in the short term. And you have to think to other tools like taxation, like meat taxation, for instance, or subsidizing. It's another way to change the demand, but it will be very slow.